Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and we are still battling to find our feet here. So this psychological level of 1 is a massive area. Could be support, could be resistance, and we're just bouncing around it at the moment. Looking at the oscillators, it is looking like it's setting up for another leg down, but where we are at the moment, I am still sit on hands. We are sideways. We're all over the place. Yesterday was another big down, big up day, and we're above and below all the moving averages. If you look at the oscillators at the moment, we're coming back to test the break of the 155 EMA, but I just don't like what I'm seeing to the left. So I am a sit on hands individual today. So could very well be this leg up, pull back, find support, and then another leg up to come and test this area here at 1,00800. Oscillators are sort of indicating with moving averages all over the place, but I'm sit on hands. I don't trust what I'm seeing here, and I will wait for a better setup. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. We've been sideways most of the week, and then we've got this gap to the upside. Oscillators grip the upside, definitely not chasing longs up here. As I said, waiting for a pullback into this zone here between 137.247 and 137.700 in order for us to get in long here. We're not getting it. So to me, this is looking like an exhaustion gap. Look at the oscillators, probably going to have a pullback. So the only other thing that I can suggest is a pullback onto structure here. So one of these tails, close the gap, pull back here, and then move to the upside. But if you look at what we've done for the last couple of days, it's been sideways, and I suspect it's going to come back into this range and continue going sideways. We've got way too much data coming out today and tomorrow that impacts the US market. So that kind of the view I've got is sit on hands, leave the dollar alone. Moving on to the pound Japanese yen, sit on hands, leave it alone. Nothing else to say about here. A big up, big down this week. There is absolutely no opportunities here just yet. So could be a grouping here, a break of the moving averages. There was a retest of the moving averages, break of the moving averages here. Oscillators group the upside. Could also be a double bottom forming. Could be a channel break forming. There's just way too many confusing signals here. So I think I'll stay out of that one as well. Euro British pound. This one burnt me yesterday, but I'll explain that now. So obviously yesterday we were looking for continuation of this, and we were looking for a pullback on structure. At the moment, grouping of the oscillators like this, look to the left, pretty much in a zone of resistance. Don't really want to be chasing longs up there, rather pull back and look at how far away we are from the moving averages. So definitely not something I want to be doing at the moment. If we look at yesterday's setup, so as I said to you, we had this move up and then what was looking like a flag. Look at the oscillators here, separated, far apart. Everything was screaming, you need to look for some structure here. And there was a structure. It was right here. So you can see you sort of got above that area, had a pullback. It was also a London breakout strategy. So if I go, that was a London breakout strategy, closed above the open. Problem was that your stop area was right here. So we got the close above it, oscillators grip to downside, moving averages all in the right place. So obviously look for an opportunity to jump in here, stop right below as close as possible as the bottom, and of course that got taken out, and only for it to turn and move. But not often that it does this, that you have a close above and below the opening range before picking the direction. So there was a second opportunity, but I was not in the mood for Forex after that, because it often does that to you. And that's just an example of institutions knowing exactly what strategy you're trading. They have access to all the data, so they know exactly how many people are trading that same breakout here. And I mean, a lot of people would have done this on the 5-minute, because that's the proven theory. So there's your 5-minute close above the opening range. You can see solid move up, nice solid bar close. Then we sort of go sideways, and then it gets forced down to come and trigger stops here. There would also be stops at the 50%. A lot of people place stops at the 50%, just below the 50% Fibonacci as well. So anyway, that was just institutions messing with us. And then eventually, later in the session, it got going here with the structure that you were actually looking for. So for me today on this pair, I think probably just sit on hands. Well, there is something brewing, but I want to see better structure. So, and I don't think there is one on the 15-minute. You could probably look at London breakout strategy again today. That may actually work out. Your high is going to be there. Let me just move that down. Probably something like that. But there's no structure further down. You can see it's all the way down here. So if it pulled back down here, it would be interesting to get opportunity. But if you look at the oscillators, don't think that's going to happen. So could be another London breakout strategy. Another 230-point risk, so probably worth taking. If we could break the upside, you're looking to trade at the upside. Break the downside, I wouldn't trade at the downside. I'd leave it because it'll probably ambush you somewhere down here, and wait to see where it comes to before looking for structure and then looking for opportunity to buy back into this. But this is looking interesting. So I just want to get the monthly here. That's a big monthly engulfing bar off the 155 EMA. So you can see that is fairly bullish. The question is whether we can get above the structure here and start targeting some of these highs. I think that's what we're aiming for. Anyway, that's enough on Forex. I'm kind of sit on hands. This is Euro British pound may interest me during the open. Let's just see what happens with that London range. If it actually holds up, then I'll definitely take a stab at it. Probably a smaller position than normal, and just try and recover some of the losses from yesterday on this pair. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.